Good evening and welcome to the August 13, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. A meeting was held at 6 p.m. in the council chambers of City Hall for clarification of the agenda. The following is an official agenda of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Discussion and commission action will be limited to those items on the agenda. Any citizen who wishes to address the commission shall first be recognized by the chair and shall give his or her name for the record. If a citizen wishes to read documentation of any sort to the commission, he or she shall first seek permission from the chair. There is a 3-minute time limitation for public testimony to the commission. Agenda item number 1, roll call. Aislinn, will you call the roll?
Benjamin Gomez.
Here.
Adam Geyer.
Here.
Ron McCart.
Here.
Rich Phillips.
Here.
Desiree Valladolid.
Here.
Does anyone have any conflict of interest or ex parte contact to report? I do. I will be recusing myself from agenda item number 3 because we are actively bidding the work on that project.
For one. Or numbers, you're right.
Moving on to agenda item number 2, the commission may wish to approve the minutes from the clarification and regular meetings held on, what was last month's meeting? Can you see in yours? I already threw mine away. July 9th, thank you. July 9th, 2025. Is there any discussion by the commission on the July 9th, 2025 meeting minutes? With no further discussion, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the minutes of the July 9th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission's meeting.
I'll second.
I have a motion made by Gomez and a second by Geyer. Aislinn, will you call the vote?
Gomez.
Yes.
Geyer.
Yes.
McCart.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Yes.
I will now explain the public hearing procedures, the application presentation. Well, we'll wait. I'll let Adam do this, actually. So with that, I'm going to step down and I will let Adam take the...
You to read all this first?
Yeah, you got to read all that. I think at the beginning of the public hearing would probably be the appropriate time to do that.
Okay. The hearing procedures will be as following. Application presented is limited to 10 minutes. There's a 3-minute limit on public testimony. Those presenting or testifying will state your name for the record. While giving testimony, questions and comments should be pertinent to the application and should be addressed only to the commission. During the public hearing, there should be no questions, comments, or applause from the audience. Should the meeting go longer than 8 p.m., the commission may take a scheduled 10-minute break. Commission members make their decision regarding the application on facts already on the record and information presented during their hearing. So we'll move on to agenda item 3. This time has been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding an annex application submitted by Tia Lloyd. The subject property located at 8728 North Craft Road is 1.86 acres, more or less, is within the adopted area of city impact and lies contiguous to the city of Pocatello limits at the northernmost property line. The property is designated mixed use on the city's future land use map and is proposed to be zoned residential, commercial, professional. With that, I declare the public hearing open and I'd like to hear from the applicant. Or we'll hear from city staff, I guess.
Good evening, Vice Chair Matthew Lewis and Commission members. Matthew Lewis, Senior Planner with the city. The applicant was unable to attend tonight, so I'll go over the request briefly. As noted, an annexation request has been submitted by Tia Lloyd, owner of the property located at 8725 North Craft Road. The parcel consists of a single-family home located on a 1.86 acre parcel, more or less. The rear portion of the property extends to the center line of the Portneuf River. As such, the future land use map has approximately 0.63 acres designated as open space. The subject property is one of 2 remaining areas where access is needed for the Greenway Trail and access to the river for periodic maintenance. This being the case, staff is recommending that a condition be added requiring a minimum 20-foot wide public access easement be placed on the rear of Lot 2 as measured from the high water mark. The annexation request is in statutory compliance with Idaho State Code 50-222 5A, annexation with consent. As proposed, the subject property is within the adopted area city impact and lies contiguous to the city of Pocatello limits at the northernmost property line. Access is provided via Craft Road. The subject property can be adequately served by water. However, sewer will need to be extended at approximately 450 feet. Therefore, an exception is being requested, and Public Works staff is in favor of such. A real covenant will be required for future replacement of curb gutter and sidewalk. Notice of the request and public hearing was made consistent with Idaho Code Title 50, Chapter 2, and Pocatello Municipal Code. Staff has not received any written comments. Staff finds that the application meets the standards as set forth under Idaho Code and standards for approval under Municipal Code Section 1702-110 with the condition as provided in the optional motion that's within your staff report. This concludes my presentation. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Anybody have any questions for staff? Thanks.
Thank you.
A comment? In lieu that the chair had to step down and recuse himself, you'll authorize the vice chair to sign the findings and recommendation.
Do what?
Authorize the
I
vice
got
chair.
it.
Motion.
Got it, okay. Okay, we move on to public testimony, which I'm assuming there's no public testimony, so we can probably just skip this. So, does anybody have any questions for staff? Or okay, with that, I'll declare the public hearing closed. How would the commission like to proceed?
I move to recommend the approval of the annexation and zoning application from Tia Lloyd to annex the zone property located at 8728 North Craft Road, finding the application meets the standards for approval under section 17.02.110 of Pocatello City Code, with the following conditions attached. A minimum 20-foot wide public access easement shall be placed at the rear of Lot 2 of Songbird Way, short plat as measured from the high water mark of the Port Neuf River. A note shall specify that the easement is open to the public for access to the Greenway Trail and river access, and to authorize the vice chair to sign the findings of fact.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Gomez and a second by Valadoa. Aislinn, will you call roll? Call vote.
Gomez,
Yes.
Valadolid,
Yes.
Guyer,
Yes.
Ricard,
Yes.
Now we can invite Rich back up. If you want.
Move on to agenda item number 4.
Sit here until-
This time has been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding a planned unit development application submitted by Buck Swaney of Smart Town LLC, represented by Paul Fieser. The subject parcels, including numerous, how do I want to say this, so I don't have to read all of these, with various subject parcels, all of which can be found in the application, and entailing 20.41 acres, more or less. The PUD request is develop 20.41 acres, more or less, into 283 zero-lot line townhomes and common areas. The request is to allow for lot size averaging as outlined under Pocatello Municipal Code, Section 17.02.140. We will invite the applicant to come forward for their presentation.
Hello, good evening, Planning Commission.
Sorry, I have to open the public hearing officially. There you go. You may now begin.
All right.
Thanks.
It's a fairly large, fairly dense application package. I'm sure you've had a chance to scan or read it. There's a lot of detail here, but I think that to keep it simple, what we're talking about is moving forward with a significant mixed-use project that contains for sale product, for rent product, commercial product, and all sorts of things. And so we're hoping that your review of the materials provided all of the information that you're looking for. If not, as the process makes its way to where it goes, we will be happy to answer any and all questions you have.
Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Yeah, just a quick question. I mean, I know we're doing this in the preliminary plat, so it's kind of which question goes with what, but just bring it up now. I know when we did the preliminary plat, like a year and a half ago, you were doing commercial property out there. One of the stipulations was you had to add a road for south, heading south, that would tie probably potentially into Hiskey in the future. So, that was one of the conditions, but
So what I think perhaps you're talking about is Satterfield
no.
Drive at the top?
No, not Satterfield. That one of the conditions of the preliminary plat approval a year and a half ago was to add another street heading south in the middle. That would tie into Hiskey eventually.
So,
So that might still be a concern.
no, I mean, Hiskey is all the way down.
Yeah, I understand what that is, but
That-
obviously, I mean, we had Robert Hart here who owns the property in between yours and that road, and that was he was that was a big deal to him to be able to connect his property over to Northgate.
That would be something of a surprise to me. I know Robert really well. I talked to
I know.
him.
I'm just saying this was part of the
we-
condition of the original preliminary plat that we approved.
Okay, so I'm not aware of that detail. And of course, this would be a new preliminary plat with new conditions.
I understand,
And a
but-
new program. And as far as what you're describing, I don't think it would have ever been feasible to go down that hill at that grade and find a connection.
Well, that was
to
brought up,
Hiskey.
but that was other people thought it would be feasible, and there was no exact spot that had to be looked into, obviously. So
Yeah.
I'm just bringing that up because that was a condition of the last preliminary plat that was approved for this property.
Sadly, I wasn't here in person, or I would have been able also to point out that with Robert, we have a very concrete non-disturbance agreement. We're not allowed to disturb any of his land in any way going
Right.
down that hill. And if I can quote Robert Hart, what
Yeah,
he said
yeah.
is good fences make good neighbors.
I understand, but yeah, like I said, he was here a year and a half ago, and he was very adamant about that, and he was worried about water. I'm surprised he's not here tonight, honestly.
Yeah. Again, I talk with Robert every single
Yeah.
week. And I won't speak for him. What I will say, though, is that this is a new application.
So I was just because obviously that wasn't discussed or even brought up as
Nor was it ever to me.
Right.
And so, but here we are. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
self-contained. It has great flow. It has ultimately there's a north connection. Ultimately.
Oh no,
there's a
I
south
don't disagree with you. I just since that was a condition of the last preliminary plat, I was wondering if it was discussed at all. It doesn't sound like it.
No.
Okay.
No, sir. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be at all.
Oh
This
no, I mean I'm just
comes to me also as a surprise.
yeah okay.
I remember the water. Any other questions for the applicant? Okay,
Okay. Thanks,
I appreciate it. Now hear from city staff.
Good evening, Mr. Chair and Commission members. Again, Matthew Lewis, Senior Planner with the city. As noted, the request before you is review and approval of a plan unit development. On the screen now is kind of an overlay, with the kind of Google Maps, kind of hard to see, but gives you kind of a perspective of the 20.4 acres with the 83 acres that'll be following. This one's actually a little better to see. The PUD again entails 20.4 acres more or less, zoned residential, commercial, professional. The minimum lot size required for a townhome in RCP, which uses RH zoning, is 2750. Both phases incorporated in the proposed PUD are zoned again RCP. The request is to allow for lot size averaging as outlined under Municipal Code Section 1702.140 PUD, allowing for construction of 283 zero lot line townhomes and common areas and amenities. The request includes a waiver to the requirement that all portions of the building be retained on its individual lot with zero lot line townhomes. Staff recommends that the waiver to the setbacks and minimum 2-foot protrusion beyond each individual lot be granted as an alternative of land development, such as been granted with PUDs in the past. The north PUD site is consisting of 10.07 acres more or less, is proposed a total of 94 zero lot line dwelling units covering 6.03 acres. The remaining 4.03 acres consists of paved drives, which is 1.90 acres, amenities, 1.94 acres, and landscape and walkways, 0.20 acres. When taking into account the total lots of the subdivision, including all common areas, the minimum lot size is 3,119 square feet. Thus, the lot sizes are met based on lot size averaging. Thus, the lot size, again, are being met. The South PUD site consists of 17.98 acres, more or less, is proposing a total of 189 zero lot line dwelling units, covering 9.8 acres, more or less. When taking the total lots of the subdivision, including all common areas, the minimum lot size is 3,154 square feet. Thus, the lot sizes are met based on lot size averaging. Property owners within a 300-foot radius were notified of the public hearing. Notice was published in the Idaho State Journal. A sign placed on the subject property, and utility providers and city officials provided notice on July 28th of 2025. No comments have been received.
Any questions for city staff? Okay, thank you, Matthew. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony in support of the application? Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony uncommitted to the application? Would anyone here tonight like to provide testimony opposing the application? Any rebuttal on any of that, Buck? Okay, easy enough. With no further testimony or rebuttal, I declare the public hearing closed. How does the commission wish to proceed? Entertain a motion or with discussion?
Yeah, so we should be, do you see any concern with another road not being there?
Nope.
I mean, it is a kind of a steep area to put another road, so.
Yeah, you jogged that memory.
It does show,
No, that's Satterfield. It'd be further
It
down.
would be
Down here.
clear down. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
closer to
The
here.
condition was put one in the middle somewhere,
Yeah.
that
so this
round.
is proposed connecting to Satterfield.
That'll be Satterfield eventually, yeah.
Without, yeah. I don't think there was enough, without going on an incredibly detailed site visit, there'd be no way to,
No,
you know what I
but,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. And without him here,
Yeah, if he's not here to argue it, then. Well, Buck, you want to just I know we have it all in the paperwork, but you just want to go and give us a little bit of your vision of it. I mean, the pictures in here, I know this is probably other projects you've done. Is this kind of what you're thinking, 3-story, 2-story
Yeah.
townhome type things?
Yeah, so these are for the PUD area. This is the type of product that's envisioned. The only caveats or details is that we always make slight variations
Yeah,
in
well, of
colors
course,
and
yeah.
materials.
But this
and-
kind of project, you're
This is the type
definitely,
of project.
you're not just giving us a picture of one thing and then we're going to do something that's totally,
This is a real project from
Yeah.
our project.
and these going to be for sale or for rent?
These will be for sale product.
Okay.
Yep. It's really a missing middle in the city too. There's not a lot of this product for sale.
Yeah,
It's-
I know you mentioned affordable housing, but
Yeah.
I don't know how affordable
I
brand
call
new
it- I call it-
construction can be.
Yeah, I call it attainable housing.
Attainable, there you go.
I specifically did not call it affordable.
Well, in your letter in the end, it says providing affordable housing,
Well,
so.
okay, I may have said
You
it.
got- I got you.
I let that one slip.
But yeah, so,
We understand that, there's some state codes around affordable housing.
yeah, I mean, I don't even know what that means. People throw that term around all the time, and I'm not sure what that even means.
Super difficult in our
Yeah.
economy. But this is housing that a lot of people can afford, as opposed to,
Like good starter home type
Yes,
project, you're thinking?
great project.
Okay.
How's the commission wish to proceed?
Thanks, Buck.
A motion to recommend the approval of the Northgate Ridge Planned Unit Development from Buck Swaney, finding the application does meet the standards for approval under Chapter 17.2.140 of Pocatello Municipal Code with the conditions of approval set up here, and authorize the chair to sign the findings of fact.
Motion to second?
I have a motion made by Gomez and a second by McCarg. Aislinn, will you call the vote, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Dyer,
Yes.
Phillips,
Yes.
Valadolo.
Yes.
Now the fun part. Way in the back. There it is. Moving on to agenda item number 5. This time has been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding a preliminary plat application request by Buck Swaney of Smarttown LLC, represented by Paul Fieser. The property to be known as Northgate Ridge Divisions 1 through 5 subdivision requests request to plat 83 acres, more or less, into 374 lots. The proposed subdivision is generally located east of Olympus Drive, Northgate Parkway, and Portneuf Medical Urgent Care with a mixed-use designation and residential commercial professional zoning designation. We will invite the applicant forward. We have to declare the public hearing open as well.
Feels just like deja vu, doesn't it? We're talking about the same concept, more or less the same document. Now, outside of the boundaries of the PUD, this preliminary plat does a couple additional things. If you look on the far right of your map, at the top, you'll see that we have a single-family zone. And then as it moves through the more medium density heading westward, we come down into a place where we increase the intensity. Just as we go down the hill, it goes from less intensity to more intensity, as it should. As we get down to the bottom part of the plat, which is on your sheet at the left, I have to turn myself around mentally. As you get down to the bottom there, the most intense product is a mix of some commercial, and it also contains some dense condominium and some apartment plats.
Great. Any questions for the applicant?
Did we clarify what map? I know there was a question on that.
I was about to.
Okay, I think clerk, go for it.
Part of the packet that we received two different similar plats, but two different. Where one of the areas in Lot 5 is platted slightly differently, and I just wanted to clarify which plat we are actually platting.
Yes, sir.
Would you be willing to come up here and just
Yes.
point to which one is correct? I believe it is this one, where everything is oriented straight. Fantastic. Thank you.
So for the record, it is the version of the plat that where in section 5, the townhomes don't sit at angles, but they sit parallel to Northgate Parkway.
Fantastic. Thank you, Buck. Appreciate that. And we'll condition that to make sure that the plat that we're approving goes to the city. It is the surveyor's version of this plat.
Okay. Other questions for the applicant? Thank you. Now invite Matthew Lewis with the City of Pocatello up for his presentation.
Again, Matthew Lewis, commission members. As noted in the agenda item before you is a request for preliminary plat approval of Northgate Ridge Divisions 1 through 5. The proposal again is for platting 83 acres more or less into 374 lots. The entire 83 acres is zoned residential commercial professional. There is a total of 5 divisions proposed with the Northgate Ridge subdivision. Details of each division is outlined in pages 2 and 3 of the staff report. The project will develop 3 main public roads: Gold Star Drive via Olympus Drive, Northgate Parkway via the Olympus Drive roundabout, and Silver Star Drive. A brief description of the rights of way are provided in page 3 of the staff report. Merrill is available for questions regarding infrastructure. Please note that a traffic impact study will be provided as part of the final plat approval. Notice of the public hearing was provided to property owners within a 300-foot radius, as well as being published in the Idaho State Journal, a sign published on the property. Utility providers and affected city departments were provided notice twice, once in June and again in July. City department comments and conditions are summarized in the Public Works memorandum. Staff finds that the application meets the standards for approval under Chapter 1620.050 Pocatello Municipal Code with conditions listed in the staff report. This concludes my presentation.
Any
Council
questions for city staff?
You mentioned a roundabout,
Yeah, it's the you know where the
the existing one?
existing
Okay.
is. That's
Okay.
where the road.
Okay,
the
we're not putting in
extension.
another one?
No.
Okay.
I know water gets brought up all the time. Is there any concerns?
No.
Okay.
It'll be extended, looped, whatever, to just meet the code.
I just know every time we talk about this property, water comes up, so, okay, thanks.
Any other questions for city staff? Thank you, Matt. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony in support of the application?
It's Merrill Quell, the Public Works Engineer for the City of Pocatello. I'm not here to support or anything, but just to clarify on the water, there is no water issues. However, with this plat, and it's in our Public Works memorandum, and I believe you might have read that, that those transmission lines are going to be required before any of that can be built. And that is, part of that is an off-site construction. So just for the public record, I wanted to let that know, because if people hear, oh, well, they don't have this and this, well, that is part of the condition, is those off-site improvements. But we don't have any water concerns once those transmission lines are in place.
Perfect, appreciate you clarifying.
Thanks, Merrill. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony uncommitted to the application? Is there anyone here tonight who would like to provide testimony opposing the application? Buck, any rebuttal? Okay. With that, I declare the public hearing closed. How does the commission wish to proceed?
A motion to approve the preliminary plat application by Buck Sweeney of Smart Towns LLC, finding the Northgate Ridge Divisions 1 through 5 subdivision does meet the standards for approval under Chapter 16.2.050 of Pocatello Municipal Code, with the conditions listed in the staff report, and the following condition, that the plat that we are approving is the Paul Fieser Engineer Plat Overlay, which is part of this packet that shows the units in parallel, and to authorize the chair to sign the findings of fact and decision.
Second.
I have a motion made by Gomez, a motion made by Gomez and a second by Guyer. Aislinn, will you call the vote, please?
Gomez?
Yes.
Dyer?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Valadolo?
Yes.
Thank you. With that, we'll adjourn our meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.